Hello and welcome to Sanmu Mayas Academy. This is Ashwin. I welcome you all for current events of the day. The topics for today's discussion is GNCT of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021 and Supreme Court's verdicts on it, Quad Leaders Summit for India, impact of inflation targeting in India, inefficiencies in the Aadhaar project. So okay, let us take up the first one, that is GNCT of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021 and Supreme Court's verdict. The Centre's bill is trying to amend the law which relates to the governance of a national capital territory of Delhi. So we all know that we used to call Delhi as a national capital territory. Some of its own regulations and own provisions are not rest with the CM or the lieutenant government. So if even the lieutenant government has to act on some provisions related to Delhi government's regulations, he should ask the permissions from the Council of Ministers or advice from the President. Based on that only he have to act the rules and give the provisions and permission to the norms. The Constitution Bench verdict in 2018 stated that the Lieutenant Governor has not been trusted with any independent decision making power. That is what I have told. The Lieutenant Governor does not have any kind of independent decision making power. He should act on the advice of the Council of Ministers only, or from the recommendations or implementation decision. He should implement the decision based on the recommendation from the President. So the aid and advice clause applies to the matters on which the Delhi Assembly has powers under the state and concurrent list. This comes with an exception of public order, police and land. So these are all the three things in which he cannot recommend any kind of decision by his own. He should ask the permission from the different authorities like Vice Council of Ministers and President. Wherever there are differences between the Lieutenant Governor and elected government, the Lieutenant Governor should refer the question to the President, as we have discussed earlier. Further, different judgments have clarified that the power to refer any matter to the President does not mean every matter. That's also a true one. Please make a note on it. This bill completely undermines the court's efforts. The judgment strengthen the elected government in relation to Lieutenant Governor. So what is the issue with National Capital Territory Amendment Bill? The court wanted to clarify that powers to refer any matter to the President did not mean that every matter should be referred. So every matter should be referred with President is the rules that we are given in the draft bill. But this draft bill was not assumed and got by the Supreme Court. So firstly, it says it should not need not to ask and discuss with the rules and regulations of the government with President. Secondly, the provision to Article 239 T9AA empowers Lieutenant Government to refer the matter to the President. So in which he have to refer the matter. The Article 239 AA says that and gives empowerment to the Lieutenant Government to ask the opinion to the President when there is a difference of opinion in the government of Delhi. However, this does not mean that the administrator should come up with a different opinion on every government decision. That is also a true one. Thirdly, the bill proposes the Lieutenant Government himself would specify such matters. So any matters which is in controversy or in difference of opinion, the Lieutenant Government should come forward to say any such matter and specify himself what is the problem over there. So we have discussed earlier what is Quadrilateral Summit to curb the Indo-Pacific monopoly over the Indo-Pacific overlay, Indo-Pacific region. The countries like India, US and Japan and Australia came into a summit known as Quadrilateral Summit, in which in this summit they have gathered together to reduce the occupancy and monopoly of Chinese government. So what was the response for India to get these things? India's coercion Australia, China's coercion of Australia, China's harassment around the Senkaku Island, which is located in Japan. Furthermore, China's aggression on the border of India. So during the Quadrilateral Summit, the number of issues over China were raised by the Quad members. So these are the three things that has been raised by the government. The above concerns were directly passed on the Chinese diplomats by the US during the Alaska summit. So we have discussed earlier about all these things. Please watch previous days current affairs also, because in this I have discussed very elaborately what is Quad summit and what is vaccine hesitancy, and these are all the important things we have to study. Outcomes of the Quad leaders summit are not in India's interest. First, the Quad leaders failed to support India's play in WTO during the Quad summit, latest summit. So, India, along with South Africa, has made a proposal in WTO to waive certain provisions of the TRIPS agreement. I have discussed it about what is TRIPS agreement. So, trade-related agreement. The waiver will help in India to increase the capacity and funding for vaccine production and manage COVID crisis effectively. Further, it will aid global efforts to fight the COVID-19 crisis because India is serving all the countries through supply of the vaccine. So it was engaged in WTO. The news was engaged in WTO, and the Quad Summit also has this news. However, the Quad members countries did not show any interest in dropping their position to India's WTO proposal. So this was the thing happened in the Quad Summit up in the ending. Second, the commitments made by the US to assist India in climate change are not yet implemented. In 2016, the US agreed to fund 1.4 billion. We all know that it is recently in news. The funds have not reached India yet. It was told by USA, but it has not been reached by India. Establishment of work group on climate change will not be the last interest of India. So this was some solar alliance things has been implemented by India, but it was not joined by US. But France has joined with India. So thirdly, the working group set up to cooperate on critical technologies will benefit India in two cases. If it helps in reducing the dependence on Chinese telecom equipment and in finding new sources of rare earth minerals. But rare earth minerals in the sense which are very rare to mining activities. We cannot mine it because its abundance is very less. But any move by Quad partners for international rule making on the digital economy or digital localization will not be accepted by India. So fourth, Quadrilateral Summit, tough stand on China will have a major impact on India. For example, a year-long standoff at line of actual control. We have already expected that this thing will be discussed in the Alaska Summit and also in the Quadrilateral Summit because in the line of actual control we are having discrepancy because of China in the lack. So it has been discussed over there. India is the only Quad member, not a part of military alliance. India is the only Quad country with a land boundary with China. So this is the affection because of India. China has made deep inroads along the LAC. Also, the violence at the LAC has also left three long-term impacts on Indian strategic planning. Need to increase more resource troops, infrastructure to the line of actual control to secure the LAC. The possibility of two-front situation becoming a major territorial threat. Need to prioritize territorial security as against the Quad perception of strengthening maritime security. Impact of inflation targeting in India. So inflation, we have too much of money chasing too few goods, increase in price or increase in demand or decrease in the supply. So this is what which causes the inflation. So inflation targeting was first implemented in New Zealand, the only country which accepted that inflation is causing some kind of thing. Growth reduction. So it was contributed to decline in GDP growth and also because of the high repo rates. So we all know that what is repo rate and reverse repo rates. So RBI has accommodated RBI Monetary Policy Committee. This MPC will be conducting and they will be supposed to conduct the relative things like repo rate and reverse repo rate things. So 1.25% is the neutral real policy rate for the Indian economy. So India used to maintain its inflation in the percentage of 2 to 6%, above which or below which we will be having a negligence in the growth rate. So this is what has been discussed. In 2000 to 2004, we don't have any kind of inflation. So that period is known as golden period of inflation. So that there we have seen very a low amount of inflation. That is, inflation was very low. Thirdly, the belief that the high physical deficit will contribute to high inflation is not true. So even though if there is physical deficit is high, the inflation is not affected by it. So if any question regarding it can be asked in prelims, so be focused on everything what I have highlighted in black and majorly focus on what I have highlighted in red color. So these are the things very important. So physical deficit won't affect the economy. It can affect the economy, but it not affect the economy based on inflation rate. So inefficiency in the Aadhaar project. So Aadhaar has been introduced in India. It is a 12-digit unique unique identification code. So it is the basic thing about the Aadhaar card. So Aadhaar is becoming a very essential nowadays. In PDS, in MG Nerega, in LPG subsidy, they are asking Aadhaar for everything. The government is asking for everything, but in Supreme Court they have told Aadhaar is not necessary for everything, but in some instances they can ask Aadhaar card for their usages, but it is has been asked for the purpose of PDS, MG Narega, LPG, for everything. So it is becoming very necessary. So this was challenged in 2018 as violating individuals' right to privacy. So court has promulgated that there can be also some restrictions in the right to privacy as per the reasonable restrictions on individual privacy in constitution. Recently a review petition regarding the validity of Aadhaar for public purposes was again filed in the Supreme Court, but majority bench rejected the review petition in January 2021. So more recently, a petition was filed in the Supreme Court stating that 3 crore ration cards were cancelled because of this Aadhaar card. So the people who are not able to proceed their Aadhaar card in the PDS system and other systems, especially in PDS, almost 3 crore people has not been given with the exact subsidies related to the PDS, public distribution system. So it was a major issue related to these things. So what are the issues in Aadhaar based identification system? It has been used in PDS, it is being used in MG Narega, it is being used in LPG subsidy. So most of the people who are not entitled to have Aadhaar card and who are not recognized their mobile number or connected with their mobile number in Aadhaar card don't have the transparency to proceed their actions in PDS, MG Narega, LPG. It is being a major concern. According to some reports, failures in authentication lead to delays. So some kind of authentication, Aadhaar authentication is not being properly done by the government. So the people are not able to recognize it by the Aadhaar card for which they are giving in PDS, MG Narega, LPG. So they are getting delays in distribution of benefits. Also in many cases, the cancellation of legitimate benefits claims led to the denial of welfare services. For example, according to reports from 2017, there have been starvation deaths in Jharkhand because of denial of benefits and subsidies. So even though starvation deaths also happening because of this unauthentication of this Aadhaar usage. So with this we wind up today's session. We are having only 97 days from today for prelims 2021. Please focus on current affairs and thank you for watching. We wind up with this. Let us meet you on tomorrow's session. Thank you.